Before the Wright brothers made their first flight, and before Henry Ford sold his first automobile, there were abundant reports of strange flying machines in America's Old West. When reports of such flying craft were made in the 1800s with flashing lights and traveling at incredible speeds, the likely excuse of misidentification could not be used by skeptics. Whatever witnesses were seeing in the sky was anything but a plane or a satellite. Examination of some of these aerial sightings in America's frontier west offers substantial evidence that something truly strange and unknown was at work. So buck up, buckaroos. The Todd is here, and we're going to play Cowboys and Indians and Aliens. Ride like the wind, bullseye!
Pew, pew. It's evil! Don't touch it!
It's alive!
I was with you.
They're coming to get you by the power of Christ. This is
Me?
Hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
I'll be a Huckleberry.
Zach, I am rolling.
Welcome back yet again to hello, Mr. Fancy Pants. I am your co-host, Zach. Joining me always is Spar.
You back that queen again, I'll blow you right up that Wildcat's ass.
And Lindy.
Hi.
And the Todd.
Hello.
Snarkbitch.
And on this podcast, we talk about just weird, crazy bullshit. And we're trying to cleanse the palate because we just talked about Belle Gunnis, the crazy ass fucking bitch, for 3 weeks in a row. So now we need to get back some real shit. So today we're going to talk about Cowboys and Aliens, by God. And Todd has got this by the horns. So
I have not yet begun to defile myself.
I have not yet begun to shit myself. Anyway.
Johnny Tyler,
Oh.
Madcap. Where you going with that
Where you
shotgun?
going with that shotgun?
Look at you, boys. I'm so proud of you.
All right.
Without further ado, Todd, let's kick this shit off.
Let's preface this. I actually put time into writing some rather eloquent bullshit. So,
Okay.
Okay.
America.
Ride, bullseye, ride!
I hope so.
It was either that or the cowboy way. And I figured
There you
I'd go with ride like the wind, bullseye.
The Cowboy is such a good one. I love Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson?
Yes, I think he's great.
Oh, the
Cowboy
movie,
Way.
the cowboy
The movie,
way.
yes.
Okay.
The Cowboy Way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Him and Kiefer Sutherland. No?
This was more Riders in the Sky, but okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Rate the cowboy.
I will not be pawed at. Thank you.
Oh, shoot.
All right. America, the New World, must have been a frightening place to early explorers and settlers who traveled from Europe and beyond in search of freedom, hope, fame, and fortune. To begin with, they were coming from a world that was densely populated and well-ordered, civilized by their standards, to a place that was full of dark swamps, dense forests, and smoky mountains. Imagine the first non-Native American to look at the splendor and magnificence of Niagara Falls, or the depths and majesty of the Great Canyon. There were mountains so tall a wagon couldn't cross them. There were no roads through the Badlands. There were miles and miles of relentless and unforgiving deserts, rattlesnakes and grizzly bears. There's a snake in my boots. Think of the painted desert of Utah or the vast plains of the Midwest, and the impact that must have made on the first settlers to push west across the continent. And then
I guarantee you Oklahoma sucked just as bad then as it does now.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Let's take it easy on Oklahoma, all right? Just because the Cubs kicked the Cardinals' ass today in London doesn't give you...
Fuck you.
I can do whatever I want.
I fucking recorded it. I was going to watch it and you just fucking ruined it. God damn it.
I'd appreciate it if you'd watch it anyway.
Don't fucking bother. Don't fucking bother. You're just going to get more pissed off.
I'm just going to nonstop text you. I should have wore a Kip set. You'd have liked it a lot. Probably.
Yeah. And then there were the dark-skinned natives who often painted their faces and beat their drums through the night, who danced away the night and performed rituals foreign to the European eye. They had strange stories to tell about giant thunderbirds and of skinwalkers that could transform from human to animal and back again. Some of the tribesmen talked about coming from the stars, places like the Pleiades cluster, Sirius and Ursa Minor, and other star systems. They worshipped feather serpents and spoke of fierce water creatures that could steal a man's soul, and a few would chew or smoke strange plants that would allow them to fly or talk to their gods. When a cowboy on the range,
in there, man,
sitting on his pony, singing a lullaby to his cows, to keep them calm, looked up and saw a strange object in the sky. You can bet it wasn't a jumbo jet or a weather balloon. It couldn't have been a satellite or falling military flares or skydivers. When he reported a giant metallic-like object with flashing lights hovering over the pasture or speeding across the sky at remarkable speeds, you can bet it was something very strange indeed, and could easily qualify as something mysterious, if not something from another world. America was a frightening place.
America!
Fuck yeah!
Okay.
So
First,
all right. So
First,
where the
no,
fuck did
shut
you
up.
find all this shit?
bro, let me explain my
You the
job
only.
to you.
Can I tell you something?
Yes.
You're one of two people on this planet that can bro me, and I cannot tell you not to fucking bro me. So, bro away, bro. Just fucking bro away.
You sound like my son when he's playing his VR headset. He's like, bro, why'd you kill me? Bro, stop killing me, bro. I was like, if he's killing you, he's not your fucking bro, dude.
My favorite, and how do you spell mom? BRUH. Bruh. Bruh.
Bruh.
Bruh.
Hey, bruh.
Bruh.
Yeah. No, statistically, when it comes to UFO sightings and all that shit, America, like in most dumb fucking shit, leads the fucking way. There are more UFO sightings through history per capita in this country than there are on the rest of this fucking planet.
I thought it was pretty huge in Brazil, too, though.
There are.
No, dude, that's
But you have-
Sepultura. That's Sepultura.
Oh, yeah,
But-
Sepultura was big.
yeah.
True.
Anyway, moving on.
Reviews.
So does that mean that we have the best drugs?
Bloody
Or
Yeah, we certainly, we'll take other people's drugs and make them better. That's what we,
Well, when you look at it like
that's what
yes,
we did with punk rock and metal.
if you lay it on a percentage basis, okay, Sepultura,
And porn.
my
Don't
God,
forget about porn.
one of the greatest fucking metal bands ever. Okay,
Yeah.
they come from Brazil, but that's one band compared to the 500 million shitty ones we have here. No, but that is the same percentage. If there's 20 in Brazil, there's 500 in America. Okay,
Yeah.
it happens other places, but it
So what
really
you're saying is we
fucking
get all the
happens
shitty
here.
UFOs too. So
Well, they may or may not be getting free daycare and food assistance.
okay. Are you going to go into like Hollow Earth and the lizard people at all?
No,
or-
no.
Okay.
I'm staying away from
That's all I'm saying.
Antarctica for a reason.
Okay.
And I
The
can neither confirm
Anunnaki?
nor deny that I might have information about that, Matthew.
All
right.
We'll confirm.
We're going to have to
Great
wait till he
Falls,
retires.
Montana.
Give us some
October.
fucking information, Todd.
October.
I lost my papers.
You've seen shit, I know it. Fucking let it out.
All right. So we're going to the
Great
great state of
Falls,
Montana.
October 1864. Now, let me put this into frame reference for you, okay? The Civil War, in all actuality, began in 1861. So that tells you the time frame of where this country is. We've got trains, and that's it. Okay?
No planes and
18
automobiles. No John Candy.
No.
No
Steve
John
No
Candy.
hand between two pillows. Those
Okay.
aren't pillows.
Well, I don't know. They could be pillows. All right.
That is correct.
Yes. James Lumley was a trapper in the mid-19th century, spending much of his adult life plying his trade in the upper Rocky Mountains of Montana. A simple man and a loner by trade, you can imagine the impact a celestial event must have had in his life. While camping in a remote area near the Great Falls of the upper Missouri River, according to a published report in the Cincinnati Democrat, Lumley was sitting in his mountain camp near Cadott Pass when just after sunset he witnessed a bright luminous body in the heavens, moving at a great speed in an easterly direction. Visible
How big was
for
his
at least
body?
5
And
seconds.
did it have nice boobs?
We will get to the boobs in a minute. After the probing. We have to get to the probing first.
Of
He
course,
said body,
we do.
so I was just checking.
Okay. Visible for at least 5 seconds, the airborne object suddenly separated into particles, resembling, as Mr. Lumley describes it, the bursting of a skyrocket. The newspaper report appeared many months after the incident occurred, when Lumley had traveled to Cincinnati to sell his load of furs. According to the report, Lumley heard a heavy explosion which jarred the earth and was shortly followed by a rushing sound like a tornado sweeping through the forest. A strong wind sprang up about the same time, but suddenly subsided.
As
Lumley
would with a
claims,
tornado.
or a fart. The following day, he headed out towards where he believed the meteor might have crash landed, and soon discovered a wide path that had been cut through the forest. Trees had been uprooted and broken off near the ground. The tops of the hills were shaved off, and the earth was plowed up in many places. Following the path of the forest,
Tornado could.
Sounds like
Or
Peter
a
North
fart.
went through that place.
He's going Peter North. That's some old school shit right there.
oh wow!
That guy could come a cup.
You said it, not me.
And he could cup a
Not
cup.
taking it out, Matt. Not taking it out.
He stumbled upon an area littered with stone fragments, still warm to the touch. A little further along, he claims he found several very large stone fragments carved with etchings or hieroglyphics. Lumley said he also discovered fragments of a substance resembling glass. Now, 1864, newspaper article. Boom. Got it. Moving right along.
1864. So what you're saying is like you're saying like 1940s when Roswell happened. That's not the first UFO sighting in the
Close,
U.S.
apparently.
Meanwhile, back at the farm.
Meanwhile, back at the farm. Meanwhile, back at the Legion of Doom.
Aurora, Texas, April 1897. A flying disc crashed in the sleepy agricultural community of Aurora, Texas. It was an incredible story of a close encounter. Located west of Fort Worth, the chief local commodity of Aurora was cotton and flour. There was about 300 residents, and they had 2 cotton gins and 2 schools. It was mighty cosmopolitan.
Oh, yeah.
Now is this,
Was that,
is this the one that I've heard of?
Is that Eli Whitley?
That sounds
Eli
right.
Whitney.
Whitney. Okay.
Yeah. Keith Whitley was the guy that.
Yeah, drank himself to death of the country singer. Yeah.
Well,
I blame Lori Morgan.
yep.
Probably.
I love her. So is this the one I've heard of before where they like buried it in the well, the rubbish, and then it's all radioactive?
No, they did not
You
bury
don't
it.
bury people in a well because then you get a video that after you watch it 7 days later. Okay, we'll just go ahead, Todd.
That's a different one. That's a different episode.
Well,
Okay, on
movie,
April 18th, S.E. Hayden, he was a cotton buyer, reported a flying disc that was trailing smoke and crashed into a windmill on the property of the local judge, J.S. Proctor. The Dallas Morning. Okay, I got to stop for a second.
All right.
You two fucks. Have either of you been to Silver Dollar City?
yes.
Are you
Okay.
fucking serious right now? Are you fucking with me?
Okay. There's the indoor roller coaster called Fire in the Hole?
No, yeah. I've ridden it many times. Yeah.
Yes.
That was the first roller coaster I ever rode
It's
on,
all
and that was the
about
first
I
roller
was going to
coaster.
say something about redheads, but I let it go. No, I didn't actually.
First roller coaster I let my kids ride too.
Okay. As you're going through there, you hear this lady, because it's all, animatronic shit.
They talk about the goddamn ball knobbers.
Yes. She's like, come on, get out of the house. The house is on fire. And he's like, I can't. I ain't got no pants. The gosh dang ball knobber took them. That's all I ever want to say half the time is, gosh dang ball knobbers, And I'm like, these guys are going to stare at me like, what the fuck? But now I can say it.
About?
Okay.
I know what you're talking about.
Didn't it used to be a thing like in the West where there's like, if you go past St. Louis, there's no law, but if you go past like Fort James, there's no God. As you was moving west, it was just like, dude, you go past that, you're fucking dead. They'll kill you. You're just going to.
I think it had more to do with like just like open free land, like where the Native Americans were at, and it's just lawless.
Yeah, and outlaws, so they would just kill you and take your shit. It was like they were just sitting and waiting.
Yeah, it was a better time for sure. I agree.
There's the line. If you come across the line, we're going to shoot you and take your money.
Don't cross the line. Don't cross the line.
None shall pass.
Lindy, shut the fuck up. Anyway.
He said you two fuckers. I'm assuming he was talking to you, not me.
Oh, he was definitely talking to us.
Yeah. No, Lindy, you by far are not a fucker because you are a very virgin and holy person.
You're right. I know.
Bullshit.
Now
Anyways.
everybody else knows it too.
Okay.
All right. The Dallas
Moving
Morning
along.
News published an article that alleged the remains of a small non-human body was recovered along with pieces of an unrecognized metal. Believed to be fragments from the craft, an officer of the U.S. Army outpost in nearby Fort Worth was called in to examine and identify the body and concluded it was not of this world. And speculated
Not of this world. There's nothing much like I do.
We all knew it. Yeah, but yeah.
You get points
got it.
because I actually marked that one out well with who will do it.
We nailed it at the same time.
Now, Todd, is this the one that was buried in like a human cemetery and then later excavated? And
But
okay.
no,
I've heard about this one.
Anyways, he speculated that the remains may have been of an entity from Mars. Not knowing what to do with the strange body,
Teenage from Mars?
or the remaining wreckage
We don't care.
scattered across the field near the windmill, reports indicate that the wreckage was collected and tossed down the well. And
Okay, this is the one I'm thinking about with the well. Okay.
Again with the well.
And the small humanoid body was given a Christian burial in the local Masons cemetery. A grave marker was erected but disappeared years later after a contemporary report attracted a large number of curiosity seekers. Today, a Texas state historical marker can be found at the cemetery that mentions the alien grave.
Fucking
Yeah. I've heard
Really?
I've heard about this one actually.
Basically, it took out the windmill, which the windmill was pumping the water out of the well. So all the metal, they just threw it down in the fucking well and then gave fucking Marvin the Martian a fucking Christian burial. Down there at the Mason Cemetery. They
I love how
said,
they could come
we're
to
going
the-
to put him down there in the Mason Cemetery. They got plenty of space.
Well, guys, I'm going to tell you right now, we don't know what this sumbitch is, so he has to come from Mars. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Do
Now-
I have a
Todd,
vote?
what you did not mention is the fact that I believe a lot of people that drank from that well got sick and died.
Hey,
Well, yeah,
Oh,
there's
there's a
fucking-
dead body
I'm
in
only
there.
talking
Yeah.
about the sightings. I ain't
No,
getting into
not
fucking...
not from the body, Lindy. This is from the craft.
It's like the
Meaning that
Cecil
it-
Hotel. They're like, the water
radioactive.
tastes bad. I think
Okay.
that-
The smoking flying saucer crashed into the windmill. The windmill was used to pump the water from the well. They
The
just
windmill?
took all the metal and dropped it down the well. And then they took little Marvin and they put him in the cemetery. And then they said, you are now human and Christian because we buried you.
You're welcome.
Spectacles, testicles, wallet watch.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
We don't see your space god as any kind of deity, so that's what we're doing.
Leave your imaginary friend out of this.
Yeah.
All right. Dublin, Texas, June 1891.
It's a lot of Texas shit. I don't know. Are you just hitting Texas?
Hey, you moved there, fuck, not me.
No.
So Dublin, Texas is famous for what thing? Does anybody know?
For a town in
Ireland. Once again, we're on the same page.
I have no fucking clue.
What's it famous for?
Texas is a state of mind.
You're a convert. It's okay. I won't hold it against you.
What's it famous for?
The birthplace of the Dr. Pepper Bottling Company.
Okay, that makes sense.
23 flavors.
12 Dr. Peppers.
So, summer of 1891. It was little more than a farming
Wait a
community.
minute. Are you going to tell me that fucking Dr. Pepper comes from fucking outer space? Because if you do, my mind's blown, and I don't know what the fuck to do.
Well, it's made from prunes, and that's the only place that those could come from. So,
is one of them like fucking alien blood?
3 flavors.
So many. I do like Dr. Pepper.
My wife loves it.
All right,
I'm not a fan, but I'll drink it if I have to.
Like get a 0 calorie or one of those Dr. Pepper zeros.
Yeah, the
Dr. Pepper Zero cherries.
You fucking old goddamn bastards! Oh, I got the 0 sugar ones. Oh,
well, yeah, I get the 0 sugar ones.
I'm over a Topo Chico kind of guy, but I like to put just a little bit of tequila in there and just a little.
Yeah, shut up and go fucking suck on your Lone Star. All right, on June 13th, 1891, a remarkable incident occurred on a Saturday. As many of the small communities townsfolk were actively milling around the town, visiting with friends, stopping and shopping, and fucking all the dumb shit people do in small town communities. Newspaper accounts indicate a large number of local residents spotted a flaming object. A flaming Dr. Pepper.
No, I think that's a thing.
It is.
Like Dr. Peppers are a thing.
It's a thing.
According to reports,
Not the only way Dr. Pepper's good.
Well, it was brilliantly lighted like flames, but even brighter, and began to slow and eventually hover over the local cotton mill, suddenly exploding and sending debris over much of the town. Witnesses claimed the explosion rattled windows and captured the attention of the entire community, scattering residents who, baby, you're a fun. Anyways, who sought shelter from what some thought was the end of the world. The following day, a more careful search turned up a most unusual discovery. Chunks of rock that were described as similar to what might have been found following a volcano eruption. In addition, several small fragments of a paper-like substance were found with writing on them. On close examination, the written characters on these pieces were in an unknown language, the likes of which no one had ever seen. A newspaper account of the incident attracted a great deal of attention from scholars in nearby Fort Worth and Dallas. But when inquiring reporters and researchers arrived in Dublin a few days later, a local flour mill operator who collected the many pieces of paper like fragments reported they had mysteriously disappeared.
Someone threw them down the fucking well, didn't they?
Many of the metallic fragments were still available, as several of the townspeople had collected them. But
did they think like the paper stuff like disintegrated or something? Did they think they just?
Well, why wouldn't it?
Todd's gonna get Todd's.
Oh.
So the artifacts of paper with the writing on them were mysteriously gone forever. Interestingly, between April 3rd and 17th, 1897, following the crash at Aurora, there were 38 reported sightings of airships in 23 counties, mostly in north central Texas, in the vicinity of Harris County. In contemporary times, the area is noted as a hotbed of UFO activity. In January 2008, it was documented that the flour mill operator, who said was to have collected all of the paper with the unknown language and writing on them, through family sources. Yeah.
Was he a smooth operator? Smooth operator. I'm just checking. I don't know.
Every time we can throw a song in, we're gonna fucking better believe that shit.
Hey. So anyways, in 2008, through family sources, it was said that the flour mill operator, who was a smooth operator, who had collected all of the paper with the unknown writing on it, the family said that he had actually sold the papers to a news reporter for a lot of money and was basically held under the threat that, they'd call him fake and all that stuff, that he never seen them, doesn't know what happened to them. They just disappeared. But that family sources said he sold them to reporters. Okay. He sold them to a reporter who never wrote a single thing about any of the papers, and they never knew what newspaper that he was from. He just
we talk about an early Men in Black, aren't we?
Pretty much, yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, I would agree with you, Matt. I think this right here is the beginning of the Men in the Black.
Mm-hmm. Knew it.
Fucking hey, goddamn,
so fucking real. It's so real.
All right.
Come on, sheeple, get on board.
We're gonna leave Texas alone for a minute. And now
I can't even do a bye.
Okay.
Where are we going now?
Ashland, Tennessee.
Let's take a trip, Todd. Oh.
Tennessee.
Where are we going?
Tennessee.
Where are we going?
Nashville, Tennessee, you said. Well, like Music City.
He didn't say Nashville, right? He just said Tennessee.
Ashland. Not Nashville.
Ashland. Oh, I don't know where.
But if I took myself seriously, where exactly would I be going?
Straight to hell.
All right. They don't even give people like me a handbasket. I do remember someone telling me that once.
God.
Express right here's your seat, son. It's right next to a broken air conditioner, and we saved a seat right here for your brother.
You get the express pass and don't have to pay for it like you do at Disney World.
So
you don't have to wait in line, motherfucker. Get right up there. See it.
1 8 8 9.
1889. Got it.
Okay.
Reports of unexplained phenomenon are often offered by witnesses with an untrained eye. In some instances, the cause and effect of the incidents take precedence over what may have caused them, such as the strange case of the fiery vortex of Ashland, Tennessee. Though well documented, a report of this incident can be found on the NOAA website, and that is the National Weather Service, National Oceanograph, all that. There is an actual
NOAA radio.
You can pull it up on their website. There is an actual documented report of this happening from 1889. The story tells of a frightening fiery
Wait a minute.
wind.
So NOAA was going on in 1889? You're telling me NOAA was operational? They had radar in 1889? Is that accurate?
No. What I'm telling you is that there were people who were
all I know is that
to write a farmer's almanac, who were keeping track of weird weather phenomena.
All right, if Ben Franklin's involved with this shit.
We're going back to almanac beef.
Nah. If Ben Franklin's
Somebody had to get
shit.
Ben Franklin into this episode.
Yeah, we can't have one without it. Everybody
fucking
wants
motherfucker.
So, the story tells frightening fiery wind caused widespread destruction across the countryside, but lacks in attributing the incident to a specific cause. Perhaps reporting aerial airships was too racy for the times, or perhaps the many witnesses to the incident simply did not know or could not discern the source. Whatever may have caused it, the damages left behind are terribly impressive. A published report In 1889, Salmon's monthly meteorological magazine reads as follows. A whirlwind came along over the neighboring woods, taking up small
It's
branches
another fucking tornado.
and leaves of trees and burning them in a sort of flaming cylinder that traveled at a rate of about 5 miles an hour, developing size as it traveled. It passed directly over the spot.
Todd, hang on. You're moving over here from across seas, right? I have friends over in England that I talk to. Tornadoes aren't a thing there. You come over here and tornadoes are a super thing. Like, it happens. So could not some of that be chalked up to, we've never seen this shit before? Well, of course you haven't, but yeah, get a big taste of God's wrath right now, motherfucker, as this thing's ripping through.
The Holy Lord Jehovah's gonna burn you down.
Open up and say, motherfucker.
Oh, shit. Oh.
I did it. I went there.
So it was growing in size as it traveled. It traveled directly over a spot where a team of horses were feeding and singed their manes and tore up trees by the roots and swept towards the house that was there.
It just sounds like a fucking AC/DC concert to me. So, I mean, what's the big deal?
Mm-hmm.
Thunder. So, taking a stack of hay in its course, okay, it seemed to increase in heat also as it went, and by the time it reached the house, it immediately fired the shingles from end to end of the building, so that in 10 minutes, the whole dwelling was wrapped in flames.
Definitely an AC/DC concert.
Strong winds.
I'm going to go more Rammstein at this point.
But the flames, yes, definitely.
So it continued its course over a wheat field that had recently been created, setting fire to all the stacks that had happened to be in its course. Passing from the field, its path lay over a stretch of woods, which reached the river. The green leaves on the trees were crisped to a cinder for a widespread of 20 yards in a straight line to the Cumberland River. When the pillar of fire reached the water, it suddenly changed its route down the river, raising a column of steam, which went up to the clouds for about half a mile. When it finally
You just named like
out,
4 really good fucking metal albums, like Pillar of Fire.
Not less than.
I also wanted to go into Wagon Wheel when he reset the Cumberland.
Yeah, that's Tennessee. Yeah.
So 200 people witnessed this strange phenomena, and all of them tell substantially the same story about it. Modern UFO investigators speculate that what the witnesses actually saw could have been a spacecraft hidden in clouds, intentional or not. The heat may have been caused by the fire that generated from the propulsion, blah, 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 because the spacecraft was, next page, experiencing mechanical difficulty.
Did you get this? Did you watch that movie, Oh No, or whatever?
Oh No. Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
Or No Way, whatever.
It's Oh No. Or it's fuck, what the name is it? I don't
describe the movie.
That's what I'm like.
It was a really good movie, but yeah, it's hiding behind the clouds and
it's Nope.
Nope. That's it. Yeah. Nope. Yeah. Nope. Nope. I don't believe it.
Yeah.
It was fucking good. So good.
So while the National Weather Service fails to offer a reasonable meteorological explanation,
What's that again?
Run that by us again.
While
run that back past me,
while the National Weather Service fails to offer a reasonable meteorological explanation for the event, was that dumb enough redneck mispronunciation for you?
Nailed it.
Yes, thank you.
Can you get a little more Arkansas for me, please?
It almost sounded like I was talking.
Okay, hold on. While the National Weather Service fails.
No. You're way too enthusiastic and too much volume. It's got to be while the National Weather Meteorological Service.
Okay, hold on.
You got to go like that. Yeah.
Let me get in touch.
In the zone.
Channeling your inner Jim.
The National Weather Service fails to offer a reasonable.
Now you sound like the fucking child molester on
No,
Family
he's
Guy.
nailing it. He's nailing it. Just let him go.
For the event. They admit no known weather condition could have caused it, leaving the incident in the realm of mystery.
I'll tell you what, I guarantee you that's exactly what the broadcast sounded like back then. That was
I'm going to give you a 10.
killed
I'm
it.
going to give you a 10 out of 10 on that one. Yeah, you sounded just like Dad. Good job.
A+.
Now, while the National Weather Service, and then, they about.
All right.
Anyway, go on.
What, did he start to get in an auctioneer voice during some of his sentences?
That's not
Give me
fast
one,
enough.
give me two, give me three, no phone. Oh, anyways.
Too loud.
Well, do you not know who I am?
I do know who you are.
I have
yes,
never
yes.
been accused of being quiet or
Yet
subtle.
you're the only one with a fucking
Yeah, really.
Madonna-style fucking microphone at your face.
That's because I
He
can't
moves
sit
his head
still.
so much. Yeah, he
I
can't move
can't
his
sit
I
still,
get it,
so
I
it
get it.
stays with me.
Yeah.
Here,
And
We'll-
we might have to get
we'll
one of
move it
those
up.
for Lindy too.
We're going to have to, yeah.
It's like herpes.
all right. Now, oh,
Oh,
Uncle Herc coming over. Let's hope he don't bring Ampano with him.
I'll be a Huckleberry.
Nebraska, June 6th,
Back to the cowboy shit.
1884. John W. Ellis was a Southwest Nebraska
Did you just say
livestock
John W?
breeder.
W. All right.
W.
I was just W checking. All right. Just go. All right. Go for it.
John W. Ellis was a Southwestern Nebraska livestock breeder and an ordinary cowboy, according to his friends. Hard work and honest day's living and down-home honesty were said to be his creed. It must have made it hard for Ellis to tell the story of how he and two of his wranglers working in the field experienced a very strange phenomenon on a warm summer day in June of 1884. Newspaper accounts from the Nebraska Nugget,
Clever.
the nearest newspaper to the frontier town of Max, says Ellis and his herdsmen were engaged in a
Leaving that one
summer
alone, too.
roundup when they spied an object high in the sky, hurtling down toward the Nebraska plain at an unbelievable speed.
Did you just say Nebraska?
Nebraska.
Right.
Goddamn, I'm proud of you. Keep
He's
going.
nailing it. I feel as if he's got some of these actually the old broadcasts that I think he's listened to in memorized.
No. This is just natural born talent. I mean, this is genetics at work. Trust me.
This is coming through.
Yeah, I got the same ones in my veins too. Every time I
Our
talk to my
father,
dad,
who doth almost live in Mexico.
yeah, that's where it all comes from. Every time I pick up the phone and talk to him, I talk like my dad for like 20 minutes after I get off the phone with him. It's like,
You can't stop it.
yeah, nope.
I
My
used
wife's
to
like,
hate it. I
What
used to hate it.
we can do now is like
girlfriends.
Well,
they'd be
I don't
like,
know. I'm gonna do whatever the hell I want to. I guess. I mean, we gonna do.
You live in Texas and your wife's like, why are you talking so southern? It's fucking weird.
Oh no, bud. Spar, you know for a fact, Dad talked like that in fucking Illinois.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He's just straight up.
The drive
Let's
down
just
to
say-
Arizona
let's
when we
just
went
say
down there to move.
I swear that when he was born, they wrapped him up in a Zane Grey novel, blanketed him in Louis L'Amour.
No, not one. Probably like 4.
Okay,
4 and 4. It's like
And then-
quadruple.
and then set him down
Octavio wrapped.
and said, "Now, boy," I said, son, you ain't got to do nothing but what you wants to do.
He's foghorn leghorn now. Is that what we're doing?
He's
It's a
it
little
all.
bit. It's a little bit. It's a little bit.
Watch out, we got some electric Indians up here on the left. Here, boys.
You're saying that way too goddamn fast. It's like, boys,
We got some electric engines up here on the left. You're gonna want to mosey on over into the right lane. Got about a quarter mile.
Funniest line I ever heard.
Cut that fucking cowboy shit out.
Funniest line I ever heard your dad say. When we get to the apartments in Arizona that we were moving into, your dad takes the first shower and he comes out and he goes, "Boys, I put a new towel up there on the rack." He goes, "But that one on the floor, you don't want to use that because I dried my ass with it."
I love you, Dad. Yep.
No, thanks for the heads up, my man.
And yet still,
We're gonna watch that one twice.
it don't get much better than this.
They don't. They really don't.
So back to the seeing a man about a dog.
All right. Inside
So
joke.
Ellis reported he spied an object high in the sky hurtling down towards the Nebraska plain at an unbelievable speed. Ellis described the object as on fire with a trailing tail of smoke and flame. As it neared the ground, a short rolling bank in the ground hid the actual impact from them. But when the object hit, an audible explosion shook the ground and could be felt through our boots. He felt through the boots! Running across the field and over the bank, the wranglers must have had a hard time determining what they were looking at in the field below. The object apparently had skidded across the ground for some distance, leaving behind a charred rut as it dragged to a stop. One of the cowboys, identified as Alf Williamson, received burns to his hands.
Huh? Alien life form? Yeah. Okay. Did he eat cats? Was his real name Gordon Shumway?
But now it's all
I
bullshit.
I bet you with a name like Al Williamson, he ate all the cats. He got all them wops. Okay, you broke me on that one.
Kill me.
Oh no.
So
That's getting ugly.
he attempted. No, I wouldn't say it's getting ugly. Fuck. I need to go to Arby's.
Lindy, would you calm the fuck down? Jesus Christ, it's time to do a podcast here.
Fucking can't get a word in.
Yes.
Shut the fuck up.
So Alf Williamson received burns to his hands when he attempted to touch the wreckage from the craft. He was taken back to the ranch house and treated. What wreckage remained of the craft was unusual, according to the Nebraska Journal. The largest piece remaining was metallic, like brass, about 16 inches wide, 3 inches thick, and 3.5 feet long. But wait.
You've been reading my journal?
Hold on.
It's not unusual to be loved by a star.
But Matt, it weighed very little.
Like I said,
you
it's
have
not
been reading it then.
unusual to be loved by a star.
More material of the same type was collected by area cattle brand district manager E.W. Rollins, who could offer no explanation for the crashed object. Now, this is going a lot faster than I thought it was.
We're up to like what? 18 what?
17?
The 1890s.
Did you say 17?
No, I said 18.
No, 18 something.
I'm going to say 1890s.
This
kind of
was,
gone back and forth, I thought, a little bit, but
we're jumping around in the 1800s.
I know, but like you've gone through 5 before Roswell.
Yes.
Which is
it's
great.
Yeah, that'll probably be the second
these
episode
are
because
all printed in the newspaper.
Yes.
So these are
Here's
all
the next
actual
one.
sightings. Holy
The
shit.
strange light of Shreveport, Louisiana.
Did you say Louisiana?
I said Louisiana.
Woo, let's
1860.
time for a crawfish boil.
We are now to a
maybe
year
crawfish
prior.
boil.
Oh. Now I'm hungry.
I'm just talking about a crawfish
No,
boil because
now
you miss
now I'm
them.
hungry.
Yeah, me too. You know what? I could eat a bowl of just the mushrooms that they put in that.
I just want some gumbo, motherfucker.
I can
That's all I'm talking
eat
about.
for hours.
Moving along.
Anyway.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
Meanwhile, back in Todd's bedroom.
Hey, Zach.
AKA Todd's bedroom. Yeah.
Insert the catchy bass line right there.
Okay.
Don't make it a Seinfeld bass line. All right.
Something like this. That's not it, but okay. Anyway.
I'll tell you what. I could eat a peach for hours.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that.
Hell, you'll think you've seen something from heaven, too.
What is it, an iPhone commercial?
It must be.
It's Riverside,
Anyway.
man.
It's Riverside. Anyway.
All right.
We can give some props.
Shreveport, Louisiana, 1860. To put this back into perspective, the Civil War didn't begin until 1861. All right.
Right.
19th century reports of unidentified flying objects were many, but perhaps because of lack of modern record keeping and adequate document storage, most reports.
Nailed it.
Anyway, keep going.
Oh, shit.
Just like I am in the bedroom. Inadequate.
That was my favorite placement of it.
All right. So, in the case of the unusual light spotted in the skies over Shreveport, Louisiana in 1860, the exact date is unknown, but multiple witnesses report a rare phenomenon that made a lasting impression on the residents of this sleepy river town in the northwestern part of the state. The best report of record comes from a family journal, author unknown, that resided for years in a local museum. It reads, "Our attention was called to a strange light in the heavens. On going out into the gallery,
There you go.
we
Now I'm
had
feeling it.
a magnificent view of it.
Did you just say magnanimous?
Magnificent.
He's like the guy on top of the building in fucking Blazing Saddles now.
Boy, you just fucking nailed that shit.
It's true.
Another schnitzing booming.
Dude, I can't even read my own shit. I'm fucking myself up. Oh,
Welcome to my world.
Exactly. Wait. Exactly.
yeah. Okay.
I did it.
So, it appeared to the naked eye about 300 yards in length, extending from north to west, appearing just above the tallest trees. Its color was that of a red-hot stove from the center. Beautiful rays resembling those of the sun drawing water would ascend to a considerable height, the whole presenting a very beautiful and sublime appearance. He said sublime appearance.
I'm sorry, but the whole thing you just said right there, I heard it in my head as I can't remember the actress's name from Blazing Saddles, but I imagined her saying that in her head.
And the
Its color was that of a red-hot stove from the center.
Oh my God. Anyway, moving along. Keep going.
The sheriff?
What about the sheriff?
Okay. We watched it for about an hour.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Oh, I shouldn't. I don't want to abuse this, but
All right.
Okay. They watched it for about an hour without perceiving it to change in any bit.
Did you say perceiving it?
Anyway, move along.
No, but if we're going to whop it, we're going to whop it. Okay. So while little has been written about the incident, it's fair to speculate that the sighting happened near the beginning of the Civil War, when tensions were running high and Confederate.
Todd, was it the Civil War or was it the
Civil War?
Civil? It was the Civil War. The Civil War is what brings us together today.
All right.
Marriage.
All right. Two movies.
So
mixing it up now.
There was some dumb shit that, was over the top. Real quick. Tombstone, Arizona, 1869.
I'll be a Huckleberry.
I saved this for last on purpose. Because I don't know if I'll get through it, but we're going to sure as fuck try.
Okay.
So, 1889, south of Arizona's Superstition Mountains, in the town of Nogales, just across the Mexican border, a published story surfaced in the 1970s about an Arizona lawman who chased a crippled UFO into Mexico before the occupants of the craft abducted a member of the posse. The incident was alleged to have happened in 1889. The report claimed the incident was reported by an eyewitness, Jorge Hernandez, who later retold the story to a Catholic priest, Father Joel de Mola. Before he died in 1971.
That's the one Johnny Ringo shot at the beginning of Tombstone, I think.
Well, it could have been, because this guy didn't die until 1971 at the ripe old age of 107.
That's what you think.
Holy shit.
He claims his father was a member of that posse, and he said he grew up hearing the story many times down through the years. According to the priest, Hernandez said he joined the posse after a rancher spotted a strange flying craft that had landed on his ranch in Arizona near the Mexican border. The rancher sent his son to the nearest settlement for help. A U.S. Marshal hastily assembled a posse of 12, got himself an even dozen, which included Hernandez. Arriving at the ranch, they watched in shock and disbelief as the silver saucer-shaped craft lifted straight up off the ground and flew a few miles at rooftop level before it landed again. This happened.
If I don't get a fucking t-shirt that's got a posse of cowboys chasing a fucking UFO while they're shooting in the air, I'm going to lose my mind. I got to get something.
It's up to you, Matt. You got to make you're in charge of the merch, man. You're in charge of the merch. You're in charge of the merch, man.
That sounds so good.
This happened a number of times as the craft continued flying south, landing as if experiencing mechanical problems. Each time the posse would catch up, the craft would rise in the air again and travel farther south. A game of stop and go that allowed the ship to stay a step ahead of the lawmen. By now, the strange craft and the posse had entered the fabled zone of silence and the Chihuahua Desert, where in modern times...
I'll roll for initiative. This was...
aircraft have been known to lose power, and U.S.-controlled V-2 rockets and an Athena missile crashed. Could the strange spacecraft of the 1800s have experienced similar problems trying to fly across the area? Finally, after a long, hard chase that lasted more than a day's ride, the posse caught up with the craft one last time. As they neared, the U.S. Marshal, identified in the report only as Morton, approached the craft with stealth. As the story goes, when he closed in, he simply disappeared into thin air right before the eyes of the posse, without a trace.
What?
Almost at once, The craft lifted and departed at great speed. Morton was never heard from again. And that's why
he was
Wyatt
heard from the
said,
craft as they
This
were
guy
shoving
just
things
like
up
beat
his ass.
and Hale's
He
tail
did
was
it.
up.
With me.
I saw
All
that
right, Todd,
coming.
we got to pretend like we're double teaming a slut from back in the day and wrap this son of a bitch up.
I'm done. We
Holy
will
shit.
handle
So-
the Indian and alien portion of this another time.
This is crazy shit, man. Like all
That
this
is
shit
nuts.
happened prior to any other known.
Do you have any
all
doubts in your
these-
mind that they're
all
popping
these-
off shots at that thing the whole time they're chasing
dude,
it? I mean,
You
I
know
yeah,
would.
they are.
fucking
Yeah,
crazy
I bet
shit.
they are. Yeah.
It's a whole lot of hold my beer and watch this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or hold my whiskey and watch this. Or
All of
hold my
these-
fucking bottle or whatever.
Written
I have
about
my
in
whiskey
all
in my
about-
saddlebags.
before the
Fucking
year
popping shots at
1900.
this metal disc.
I think they probably had a new level of confidence and power.
Level of confidence.
I even pulled fucking Pantera into this. Lindy, you need to
Wendy
shut the
said
fuck
like
up.
4 words.
I think
Oh,
so.
dude.
Yeah.
She was the giggle box. Just keep pulling her string.
It's the doll. Shit
I'm always
is
a
the
giggle
doll.
box.
Fuck you.
That's
Shut up
nothing
about
new.
that goddamn doll. Anyway,
I'll never get in Todd's van, I'll tell you that.
Well, we will
Haunted van.
return for the Indian or Native American portion of this.
God damn
At
it, I'm a
another time.
car-carrying Cherokee. I can say Indian if I want to.
I am too.
Or do some anthrax.
Ride for
okay.
the Indian. Run to the hills. All right.
Hills?
That's
That's
me.
Yeah.
Iron Maiden. You got some British in you too. You're okay.
I got the
Guys.
Scottish.
A wee bit. Just a wee bit.
Is that
Just your
something?
pecker. Just your pecker. Just the wee bit. Anyway. Anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out yet again for another episode of Well, Hello, Mr. Fancy Pants. Todd, thank you for enlightening us with all this
Hell
Native
yeah, bud.
American.
Flamin'
I'm
Dr.
sorry,
Peppers, baby.
Flamin' Dr. Peppers. Guys, thanks for hanging out, and we will see you again next Tuesday. Until then, I'm Zach.
Spar.
Lindy.
I'm whoever the fuck you want me to be, baby.
You're the Todd bitch. And we will see you next Tuesday. Later.
Later.
Bye.
It's evil! Don't touch it!
I was with you.
They're coming to get you. By the power of Christ. This is
Hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
America.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.